Hello guys, welcome to Xtra Talk right here on Youngness Media. This is where we bring you in-depth of games, tactics, and probable lineups of the biggest games to be played over the weekend and during the week. So on this episode, I am going to talk about the biggest game to be played over the weekend in the La Liga. That is the match between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Get yourself a bottle of water as I return shortly to preview the game between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Welcome back from this short break. Just as I said, I'm going to give you a breakdown of the match between Real Madrid and Barcelona. But before I get into the game itself, I would like to bring you the injury update of both teams. Now, to begin with Real Madrid, they have players like Courtois, who has been injured, Carvajal, Alaba, and Rodrigo, who just recently had an injury situation. That means these players are not going to have an impact in the game to be played and are going to be sidelined. On the other hand, Barcelona also has an injury update whereby they have Christensen, Eric Garcia, Araujo, Marc Bernal, and Ferran Torres being on the sideline where they ain't going to feature in this game. This particular game is a big game because in their last 53 games played, Barcelona has won 23 out of them, Madrid has won 20 out of them, and 10 came up to be a draw game. Another reason why this particular game is a big game because it is the first and second positions of a team that are playing, whereby it is only 3 points that separates them. That means that Barcelona would want to increase the gap or widen the gap between themselves and Real Madrid, whereas Real Madrid would also be in a position to decrease or close the gap between themselves and Barcelona. So now, just as we always do on Xtra Talk Show, we do have a preview of the game itself. But today on this episode, I am taking you to a different level. Now, in as much as both teams have good players, there are going to be some key matchups in these games we have to take notice of. The first matchup that we all have to take notice or look out for in this game is the battle between Lewandowski and Rudiger. In mixed appearances, Lewandowski has had 8 goals and 3 assists against Real Madrid, not only for Barcelona, mixed appearances, whereby he is playing for Barcelona now, he has played for Bayern Munich and played for Dortmund. So in all these 3 teams, he has scored 8 goals and given 3 assists for or against Real Madrid. Again, Lewandowski is yet to score against Real Madrid in a Barcelona shirt. He will be willing to have his first goal against Real Madrid. On the other hand, Rudiger, who is going to be a tough opponent for Lewandowski, will definitely prevent Lewandowski from scoring, or will definitely prevent Lewandowski from his threats he usually poses to opponent teams and opponent defenders. Now, when it comes to aerial battles, definitely we all know Rudiger is very good in the air than Lewandowski. And when it comes to the ball being on the ground, Rudiger is not really of a ball playing player, but then has an attribute that comes with strength. On the other hand, Rudiger, who is a very skilled defender for Real Madrid, would want and wish to stop and prevent Lewandowski from scoring against his team. We all can testify to the fact that Lewandowski is very good with the ball on the ground. Now let's move on to the second matchup we all need to watch out for in this particular game. That is the matchup between Pedri and then Valverde. I know people are wondering why I didn't mention Luka Modric, but then it is Valverde that has taken the position of Toni Kroos. This is what I mean. Valverde is the one trying to fit into the shoes of Toni Kroos. Reason why I'm bringing up a matchup between Pedri and Valverde. When it comes to Pedri's abilities, we all know Pedri has an exceptional vision and then has a very good passing ability. Pedri is a kind of a player that spots danger moves from his players. Pedri has this ability of thinking very quick and moving swiftly in games. In a split second, when a ball is given to Pedri, he can make a decision that would affect the game, whereby this particular decision he will make can either bring the assist of the game or probably lead to the assist of the goal. On the other hand, Valverde, who will be a matchup for Pedri, also have some decent and good attributes of a player. Now, the very first attribute of Valverde is his positional flexibility. This is what I mean. Valverde is a kind of a player that can play as a winger, as a central midfielder, and also can play as a central attacking midfielder. This makes his flexibility of being in the position help his teammates and helps his coach. Valverde is a kind of a player that can move or run in a game for 90 minutes without getting tired. This will definitely help in this upcoming game between themselves and Barcelona, whereby this particular Barcelona team is a team that usually does more runs, which means Valverde can adapt to the style of play from Barcelona, because when they do more runs, he himself would also have enough space to cover. Again, I know you all know on Xtra Talk, we usually talk about what is going to actually happen in the game and on the field. But this time around, just as I said, I am bringing you a different form of the Xtra Talk, whereby I am talking about the matchup between the games. The third matchup we all have to look out for is the matchup between Lamine Yamal and Ferland Mendy. I can't sit here and talk about Lamine Yamal not being a very good player since last season. We all know Lamine Yamal has been very superb playing in the Barcelona shirt. Now, in this El Clasico game that they are going to play, Ferland Mendy will be trying or will defend against Lamine Yamal, who is on top form. In as much as Lamine Yamal is very good and swift on the ball, Ferland Mendy also has an attribute whereby he is very strong and can bully Lamine Yamal off the ball, or probably when it comes to a one-on-one pace, maybe Lamine Yamal can't pick up the ball, but then Ferland Mendy might pick up the ball earlier than Lamine Yamal because he might bully Lamine Yamal with his strength. The fourth matchup between Real Madrid and Barcelona will be the matchup between Rafinha and then Lucas Vazquez. We all know Carvajal is hurt and probably would be out of the season. This means that Lucas Vazquez is now in to fill in the gap of Carvajal. We also know that Rafinha has been on form for Barcelona from the last side of last season and has been very superb coming in this season. In their previous game, he scored a hat-trick against Bayern, and so many people, including myself, is wishing him well to probably step up just like he did for Barcelona when they played against Bayern Munich. Personally, I don't think Lucas Vazquez can hold the form of Rafinha now. Probably he would have to do some 1 or 2 tricks, or probably he would have to work things out to stop Rafinha, but I don't think that will be possible. That is going to be also a matchup we're going to watch the game, would have to take a close look at. Now, I would like to talk about both coaches and then how they will intend getting into this game. We all know Ancelotti is a very good coach, so as Hansi Flick. They are all top coaches, in my opinion. But then, how they will set up in this game will define how both teams would play. Just as we know, Hansi Flick has now brought in the style of the 4-2-3-1, whereby Barcelona are no longer playing their 4-3-3 formation, but now playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. It is Ancelotti that we don't know if he's going to go with a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 diamond formation. Whereas I am sitting, I think Ancelotti would probably do a 4-4-2 diamond formation because Rodrigo is injured and won't play in this game. Now, I would like to touch on the probable lineups both coaches will probably fix in this game. Now, I would like to touch on the probable lineups both coaches will bring on board in this game. I would like to start off with Barcelona. Just like I said earlier, Barcelona will be playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. We all know Ter Stegen is injured and out of the season. So therefore, Pina will be in post. And his back four will definitely be Balde, Martinez, Kubasi, and Koundé. His 2 double pivots will be Marc Casado and Pedri. His front four, whereby 3 of them would be Rafinha operating from the left side, Lamine Yamal operating from the right side, and I think Dani Olmo would feature in this game because he is fit and ready to play. So he will bench Lopez and then play Dani Olmo as the number 10. Just as we all know, Lewandowski will lead the attack for Barcelona. On the other hand, Real Madrid will definitely shape up in a 4-2-3-1 formation whereby Courtois is injured, so Lunin will be in the post for Madrid. Militao, Tchouaméni, Rudiger, and Mendy, in my opinion, will be the back line for Real Madrid. Whereas their midfielders, that is their 4 midfielders, will be in the presence of Camavinga, Valverde, Luka Modric, and Jude Bellingham. The 2 people or the 2 players that will play up front will be Vinicius Jr. and then Kylian Mbappe. So these are the probable lineups I think both coaches will bring on board in this game. And on the field itself, Jude Bellingham would have enough space to cover in this particular game because in this era where Barcelona are playing in a 4-2-3-1 system, Hansi Flick has urged his boys to be running and passing the ball all over the place, whereby Jude Bellingham and probably Valverde won't have enough space to rest in the game, but then would be moving and tackling the Barcelona guys. So guys, this has been the matchups and the probable lineups of the game to be played between Real Madrid and Barcelona on the Xtra Talk show. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next episode of the Xtra Talk show. I am in the person of Kingsley. Have a great weekend.
So thank Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Youngness Views, like, comment, and share to your friends, and also do well to follow us on all our social media handles at Youngness Views. I'll see you next time.